Good afternoon towards what we did time. Since we started music, we've talked so much about music, what music is, the types of music, the features of music. We have talked about the elements of music, and I hope you all know what that is. Yes, let me ask any of us, what are the elements of music? Can we remember? Yes. Intensity, pitch. Good, that's good. Now, I hope every one of us know the meanings of all these elements of music. In case we come across them, maybe somebody say, what is pitch? What will you tell the person what pitch is? Is the height or the depth of sounds. And music has different heights. You know, their heights are different. Some are higher than others, and some are lower than others. So it's very important that we know the meaning of all the musical words, all those things that I've talked about, the elements of music, what music is, the difference between music and noise, what you use music for, the uses of music, the features of music also are also part of those things you need to know, so that when somebody who is musically inclined is talking about, you won't be actually a novice in this field. Okay. We also talked about the musical staff. And what is a staff? It's actually those 5 lines and 4 spaces in which musical notes are written. Not only musical notes, musical science, musical language, different things about music can be written on the stave or a staff. And then we talked about the clef signs used. And what are clef signs? Actually, a clef is a musical sign written at the beginning of a stave or a staff. Actually, the clef indicates the letter names for a particular stave. When a clef is introduced into a stave or written at the beginning of the stave, the letters that follow must be in tune with that clef. For instance, when we say treble clef, the first line of the treble clef is E. Now, if I should introduce the bass clef, the first line of the bass clef is not E. So the clef indicates or directs or dictates the kind of letter names that should be written on the stave. All right. The treble clef second line is G. That is actually where it starts from, and that is where it gets the name the G clef, because of where it starts its drawing. Your dot must be on line 2, goes up to 3 down. So that starting point where the dot is on line G, and it gets its name as the G clef or the treble clef. So from there you can now get the lines up and line space and the spaces from there upward, and you can also letter the names of the lines and spaces backward too. All right, so the base also, like I said, the starts from line 4 and it gets name F from that line 4, and from then on you can letter the lines and the spaces of the bass clef stave. The other one we talked about was the great stave, and that great stave is the combination of both treble and bass staves. So all the letters you've already known on the bass stave and on the treble stave still stand. The only difference is the middle C, and the middle C is actually what brings both staves together to make it become a great stave. So there is a C there, whether it is merged or not, below the treble stave. But when it is merged together to form one stave called the great stave, it becomes the middle C. So if it is not a combination, you don't call the lower C there a middle C, because there's nothing making it middle. So it is when both of the staves are joined together, that's when it's called a middle C. But when they are differently, they are apart. You see a C as the first letter line below the treble stave. It is just C, not middle C. Do we get the difference between the C and the middle C? So for those who will be playing the piano later, as in using two hands, maybe you want to become a pianist, you should know that that middle C is very important for you to locate on your piano. As someone who wants to play the piano, the middle C is where your right hand starts from. And the other C below is for the left hand. I don't know if I'm making a point. Okay, so what I was trying to say is when you have the two staves together, for a pianist or someone who is playing the piano, the top part, the treble stave, is for the right hand and the lower part is for the left hand. So that middle C, that is why it is important for you to know how many C's you have on the piano. So you divide that number of C's into 2. So that division into 2, where that C starts from is your middle C. That is the beginning of your right hand. From that place upward towards the right is for your right hand only. Then the other one below is for your left hand. So pianists play both staves together. The bass stave is for the left hand. The treble stave is for the right hand. So the combination is what we play with our two hands. But if you don't have the combination, you have only treble stave, you are going to be using only one hand to play, so which is not complete.
Just like one.
Yes, just like what we have been doing so far. We have been using only one hand. We've not combined both hands together. And I think the reason because we are not able to combine at the beginning is because we don't have a bigger keyboard that can do that. But this one, I think we can still manage this one to combine both hands. But the only difference between this one we're having right now, the keyboard we're having right now, is that it's not still giving us enough space to work on with the right hand. So it will still be like kind of stagnating us a little bit. But at least we can start placing our fingers with both hands. Do we get the difference now? All right. So the other thing we talked about was musical notes. We talked about the musical notes, right? Yes, I'm trying to bring our memories back. I don't want us missing out on anything. Okay, before we go back to the musical notes, I forgot to include the C clef stave, the C clef with the stave involved. So the C clef also has 3 kinds of clef, which is the alto, soprano, and tenor clef. And like I said before, that the C clef is meant only for instrument purpose, not for singing. It's an instrument prone, or what kind of English will I use? It is actually meant for playing instruments only. But the treble and the bass clefs or the staves can be used for both playing instruments and singing. Do we understand? Do we understand? Who has never been to my class before? This is your first time of being in my class. Can I see you? Do I know you, ma?
I used to. It's once. 2 times.
Yes, that is why I don't so much. But the rest of us are very familiar with us. So I know those who have been. Even there are some people that are even absent. Where is Miss Vivian? Okay, she has gone. Okay, then there's another person.
Rachel, she's coming.
What's her name? What's her name again?
This is
Okay. All right. Anyways, it is well. All right. Yes. Like I was talking about the C clefs, and I said the C clefs are actually made for instrument purpose. And wherever the arrow starts from, that is how you can get to know the kind of C clef you're talking about. So if the arrow starts at the 3rd line, you should know that we are talking about an alto C clef. If it is that we start from second line, we're talking about the soprano C clef. And if the arrow is pointing or it's on line 4, we're actually talking about a tenor C clef. Do we understand? And where the arrows are, that is actually where your C is. So from there you can actually start reading or counting line space upward or line space backward. Do we know how to count forward and backward? You should know that in music we count a line, a space, or wherever we start from. Maybe it's a space, we do a space, a line, a space, a line, or a line, a space. From that way, from the place where you're starting from to the very next space or very next line is the next place you have to read. From there to the next one. I think some people are looking at me like I'm speaking Latin. Please, I don't want to speak Latin. Let me use my board. Okay. Now, for instance, this is the line I was talking about. So if you are starting from this line, it means you are starting from this line to the next space, to the next line, to the next space, line, space. Or if it is space, you're starting from space, the next one is line, space, line. Do you understand now? So what I've just said is not something very difficult. It's if you understand, it's very easy. Music is not as difficult as so many people paint it to be. It's actually easy. And at the same time, it's difficult. At the same time, it's difficult. But it depends on your mindset also. The way you feel it is. You know, when somebody says, this thing is hard, it's hard. It's easy. I can overcome it. You find out that at the end of the day, it's easy. I remember when I was in secondary school, I don't used to like maths. So the reason I don't like maths is because of my teachers then. They made maths look so difficult. They made us think that this maths, my God. Until I started my music course, and we used to do mathematics too as one of our courses. If you see the lecturer those years, I was like, are you sure this is maths? The way we pieces it for you, even if something is inside your head, you will understand maths. I got so in love. So this is how maths is. It's not even as difficult as they painted it. From that day, I just started loving maths. And even my children that are in secondary school now, they are heavy maths. Bring it now. Oh yeah, we'll sit down, we'll solve it. Of which I cannot do before. So it depends on how we see or how we see something. So if we see it as difficult, at the end of the day, it will become difficult. But if you relax your mind and say, this thing, is it not someone that is doing this thing? As long as it's somebody that is doing this thing, me too, I'll be able to do it. So music is not as difficult as we think it is. It's actually easy. And at the same time, it is easy. I don't want to say the other way. Okay, so I think we are done with the C clefs now. The other thing we talked about are the notes. The kind of notes that we have. If you look at the board here, starting from 1 to 8, we have the brief. This is the brief note. Then the next one is the semi-brief. Then the meaning, the crotchets, the quavers, the semi-quavers, the demi-semi-quavers, and demi-semi-quavers. I hope you can recognize the quaver family. That of the quaver just have one flag. Now the semi-quaver has 2 flags. The demi-semi or the DSQ has 3 flags. You can see it very well, 3 flags. And the HDSQ has 4 flags. Hemi, demi, semi, quaver. HDSQ has 4 flags. Now, with that, there are symbols. You can see the symbols, the American name. Now, there's no American name here because the topic here is actually rest. So, the American name for the brief is called double notes. Double notes. The double notes, double, from the mathematical aspect of it, means 2. So, it's also called a double note and has 8 long counts. Just one note. you will span it for that long 8 count. Do. Just one note. So if we have like 10 breaths, we'll keep spanning each of them for 8 long counts. Everybody will get tired at the end of the day, and that song will not be interesting. So it is no longer in use. It is too long. It is too long. It's no longer in use. Then the semi-brief is called whole note. Whole note. Now, if we notice this musical note, the highest, the next one to it is always divided by 2. The next one to it is divided by 2. The next one to it divided by 2. What are you talking about? The number of beats, or are you talking about their values? Is divided by 2. Broken down by 2. Trying to tell you that the smaller note, 2 of it is equal to 1 big note. Do we understand? The smaller notes are equal to 1 big note. This is the smaller one. The crotchet is 2 crotchets gives you 1 meaning. 2 quavers gives you 1 crochet. Please, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? So, the lower notes are actually 2 of the immediate higher notes. Not that 2 quavers gives you 1 brief. No. The smaller note is equal to the immediate higher notes. Please, are you with me?
Yes.
Are we together? All right. Yes, the smaller one, like for instance, the semi-brief is smaller than the brief, and 2 semi-briefs gives you 1 brief. 2 meanings gives you 1 semi-brief. 2 crotchets gives you 1 meaning. 4 crochets gives you 1 semi-brief. 8 crochets gives you 1 brief. Do we understand that mathematical aspect of it? Okay.
Sorry, what do you say is another name for the semi-brief?
Is it semi-brief or brief?
Semi.
Whole.
Whole. The first one.
Double. Double, that's 2. 2 divided by 2. 1. Whole, W-H-O-L-E. 2 divided by 2, whole, 1. 1 divided by 2, half. Half divided by 2. Quarter divided by 2. Divided by 2. Divided by 2. Divided by 2. 164, that is it, 64th note. So, that is how we do it. Whether you are dividing the number of bits, the duration of bits, or you are dividing the value of the note, is also divisible by 2. All right, okay. So the notes could have dots. Now, each of these notes could be broken down just the way I just explained now. Then each of the notes too can be dotted. What is the meaning of a dotted note? When you place a dot to a note, you are increasing the note by half of its original value. We talked about dotted notes before. We've done that, right? We've not done that? Wow, I thought we've done that. Okay. No, okay. After that one. Okay. After that was supposed to be rest. So I thought we talked about. Okay, we've talked about it. Dotted notes.
Just give us a recap. Let's see.
Now, a dotted note is the note plus half of the note. Really? Wow, I thought we had done that. Okay, let's talk about that before I go to the musical terms and signs. This is my master. So, when you attach a dot to a note, it means that note plus half of the note. That is a dotted note. Now, there is what we call single dotted note and double dotted note. But for now, we are talking about just single dotted notes. Okay, I think before we go to the notes, let's really talk about this rest so I can wipe off everything. So this rest, like I told you, is a period of silence. Each note has its own equivalent rest sign. Now, the brief has its rest sign covering the whole of third space. The semi-brief has its own hanging on line 4. The minim has its own sitting on line 3. The crotchet has its own like a wrong 7 or a zigzag line. The quaver has its own like a correct 7 or a flag with a tail. Sorry, a stem with a flag or a tail. This is actually what they call the tail. Then the semi-quaver has a stem with 2 flags or a wrongly written F. Anyhow. Now the demi-semi-quaver has a stem with 3. In fact, according to the name. Yes, please.
I can enjoy the class right here.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, according to the name given to it, the stem and the flag occurs from quaver, 1 flag, semi-quaver, 2 flags, semi-quaver, 3 flags, semi-quaver, 4 flags. Whether it is for the notes or for the rest side. Do we understand? According to the name you give to it, quaver 1, semi-quaver 2, semi-quaver 3, semi-quaver 4 flat. So I think with that now, I can wonderfully rub on this board so that we can now talk about those bucket lists. Can I get something to clean the board, please?
Actually, there is outside.
I'm not seeing anything like that.
Yeah, back there. The wheels after it.
My feet are on the side. Can you stand up, please? Let me get something to work on.
One
So you can see outside.
Let's
No, more class. I'm going.
don't allow it to
No, we can talk. Oh, shit.
Now,
Is
the
this
Let
it?
me speak in our excuse me.
I've been mentioning to you that we are going to
Yes.
You say when a note is attached to a dot, it is a
When
note.
a dot is attached to a note, it increases that note by half of its original value.
Sensoria. No, that's right. Yes.
So I want to rub off the board so that I can actually explain better.
Just let me know. Anytime, just to let's say,
Just now.
You are very proud this way.
No, never.
Now let's, like I said, all musical notes are now married, or we're starting from semi-brief. We are no longer making use of the word the brief. So as it is now, we're starting from semi-brief. This semi-brief, like I said, 2 lower notes equals a higher note. What's the next note after semi-brief? Not onto, below. After. After meaning. So one of these equals to of this. Now when you are adding a dot to a note, to this semi-brief, it means semi-brief plus half of semi-brief. Do we understand? It increases the note by half, which is now it is no longer a semi-brief, but semi-brief plus half. Now, what is half of a semi-brief? Meaning. So this gives you a semi-brief plus a meaning. So if you see this musically on a stage, you should know that what they're asking you to do is to sing one semi-brief and one meaning. And now you know that the semi-brief actually has 4 counts. This one has 2 counts. So we are going to count span your notes for 6 long counts. But now we're not going to be like this. We're going to break everything down to this. So this gives you 1, 2 plus this one, 3 minutes. We're reducing it to the lowest 10. So this is the mathematical aspect of music. How do you sing it? Do, but now we are breaking it down. Do, do, do. But if I do it like this, but since it's dotted, since it's a dotted note, I'm not supposed to break it. I'm supposed to sing it for 6 long counts. So the answer to this is like this. I'm going to tie the notes. So there will be 6 long counts. Do you understand? I'm talking about counts now, not number of meanings. So the count is the duration. Do you understand now? Do you understand? So it will be do, not do, do, do. If I remove this, it means you're going to say do, do, do. But if I tie it, means drag it. That is it. So if you see something like this on the musical scale, stave like this, how do you sing this? You sing this one for 6 counts. For each of these 1, 1, 1, 1 count. Do you understand? For instance, if this is so, if this is re, okay, this is fa, this is again is so fa. Now, how do you sing? I've provided tonic sofa for you now. So, 1, 2, go. So, fa, sol, la, mi. Finish. You count for 6 numbers. Fa, sol, la, mi. 1, 1, 1, 1. But this one 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1, 1, 1. That's how you do it. It's not difficult. So that's the application of all these things we are doing. How do you translate this to the main thing? Okay. Now, these are single dots. This is a single dot. But when you have a double dot, that one is a little bit more difficult. Now, double dot.
Simple self, you're still struggling.
Okay, maybe we should stop at single dot. Let's stop at single dot so that you don't get confused. Okay, let's do another one. The dotted semi-brief. Now, normal semi-brief, dotted meaning will give you two projects. When you have a dotted semi-brief meaning, it will give you, sorry, let me first write what it is first, plus half of meaning. That will give you meaning plus projects, which will give you 3 projects. Do we understand? Do we understand?
Yes.
Okay, so I think I will only talk about single dots. I won't go to double dot because that one is a little bit. It's not difficult anyway, just a little bit slightly. But it's, if you follow the same rule, it's still the same thing. Like now, for instance, the double dotted semi-brief is like this. It is semi-brief plus half of semi-brief plus half of semi-brief. Half of semi-brief is quarter. Not only quarter of semi-brief. Let's digest this one. Okay, so let's just digest that one. All right, and let's go to actually what we're supposed to do today. So I'm not going to clean this. Let this be there. So, what we're supposed to do today is somehow simple. Our topic actually today is musical terms and signs. What did I call the topic?
Musical terms and signs.
Now when we talk about musical terms, they're actually abbreviation, words, signs that are used to express music according to the composer's choice. And this language is actually a language, not English. Terms, musical terms, T-E-R-M-S, T-E-R-M-S, musical terms and signs are actually words, signs, or symbols. They are words, signs, or symbols that are used to express musical thoughts on the stage or staff. Musical thoughts, or how to perform music. Another way too, how to perform music. Another person will say they are expressions that the composer wants you to the composer wants you to show during performance of music. They're actually written on the stave by the composer so that you can express music the way they want it to be performed. I don't know if you understand that language I mean. Now, for instance, if a composer writes a song on joy, and maybe you that picked the song at that time you were not joyful, or you don't even know how the person's state of mind was when the person wrote that song. The person was maybe so ecstatic that he wants to express his joy, and you are coming to kill the tempo and the vibe of the something. The person said no, express it this way. He will write something on top of that music piece so that this music must be performed maybe fast, quick, with joy, with loud expression, with, you understand, brilliant, all this kind of. The person who composed the song will put something down at some points in the music to show how he wants so part of the music to be expressed.
Before I
You know how you perform it when the music is going on. Now, for someone that is playing the piano, for instance, the song is a moody song. At a point in time, the person will tell you, put the pedal there because he wants a particular effect on that particular point. Press the pedal there. Sometimes you remove pedal. Don't pedal. If you have some music, I didn't come with my. Okay, I have Andem Isaiah here. Okay, let's see if I have some
here,
samples of.
behind me, these are part of the although this is part of the university, this is also now behind you is the
Okay, so let's look at this one.
behind you. That shop there, you have
Can we see all this?
geometric
It's like Greek.
you have this cabinet, you have
Now, if you look at this part is for the piano only. Now, from here, voice starts. You will see something they wrote Laghetto. Laghetto. This is a language telling you to play it slow and broad. So at this point, do not play it fast or quick. If you play fast or quick, you go against what the person wants. So there are so many expressions, and actually, these expressions are not written in English. They are written in Italian language. So it's like we are learning a language. But you know, we will not learn all their come, go, everything. It's only those ones that relate to music that we are going to be talking about. All right. Only those aspects that relate to music is the one we will be talking about. So let's talk about yes, Laghetto is smoothly. So let's talk about the ones that has to do with loudness and softness. Please, which one has to do with loudness and softness under the element of music?
Just show me there. Press 2 minutes. Press this one.
Intensity. Intensity. Let's clap ourselves. I purposely went back there because I want to be sure that we still remember. So we're going to start with that. The quantity of sound, the volume, which is the loudness or the softness of sound. So the first on the list, we're going to talk about those ones that have to do with the soft parts. The soft parts. And the first on the list is piano. Number one, piano. Piano. Now, how do you write piano? How do you abbreviate piano? This is just one P. Maybe I should do it this way.
They always want to explore to see what exactly.
So they're written this. Hey.
Dan, you have written down.
Okay, you've written everything.
No, you don't write down.
Okay. Let me leave it like this. So,
Put you at this guy until the child touches that hand. Once the child goes to the child hand, if you like, the child don't even want to. The child will keep deliberately keeping pace away from you. And if the child will report himself or herself, the step that the child is to report himself or herself. Because I don't think that what if the child or herself does not cause initiative.
so let's construct the people like this. So it's the first one.
Maybe some minutes after you go and
Yeah.
child or that's happening. The child will not remember that child that was the that's why you see child.
It means soft. So the word piano means soft. Then the next one, So after that, the next one is pianissimo. Pianissimo. Pianissimo means very soft.
Younger one, I put it there. Anything I make that in India is very another that's going to go. But they are very fundamental. Sometimes they want to use to support their name themselves.
Yeah, Sissimo.
Yes, man. So pianissimo means as soft as possible. As soft as possible. As soft as possible. So what's the first one? Piano. Soft. P. Soft. Pianissimo. Very soft. Pianissimo. As soft as possible. So the next one is mezzo piano. We'll talk about the word mezzo. Mezzo means medium or half. But you know we cannot say medium soft, right? You cannot say half soft. So we use moderate. Moderately soft. Moderately soft. Moderately soft. Okay. Let's go to the loud family. The loud family F. Forte.
So now, let me explain what this to you, right?
F.
Now, what I'm
Forte.
trying to tell you to do is that it tells you
Forte
that
means
practice
loud.
The way it is being practiced in your environment, in your
Forte.
community,
Loud.
in your environment. In
So,
your environment, is there any
fortissimo.
mistake like this? If a child grows his arm, police is going to come. As soon as the child, if the parents is very much, they will lock your face.
Very
Just a child come and
loud.
she be sick. And shave off the hair of one of the child in the class. They're not only the teacher and the classroom teacher in the police station.
Can I wipe off this place?
It was later, because the school was closed. It was later when the investigation that one of them mentioned that because the shaving was still in her bag. She had not even just said,
So fortissimo.
but 2 days after, they are saying the man said he wants to, until they tell the boss, you know,
As loud as possible.
from that station, they will go to the court.
As loud as possible. As loud as
He
possible.
said, when you start bringing it, I brought it for you, like on Friday. That is later on Friday.
So after that we have mezzo forte.
So during the investigation was on Monday when they were touching their hands.
Mezzo forte.
So person play with it. Yes. She even said
Moderately loud.
That was it.
Moderately loud. Mezzo forte.
You know, comes teaching something is very simple. Take the ball, the risk under the risk inside.
Moderately
I don't think you express the other.
loud.
So don't just enter something.
So what is fortissimo?
When I was on line, I looked at his voice
As loud as possible. What is mezzo piano? Moderately piano. So we have forte piano.
Because from nonsense there's always a sensibility. Don't try that.
A sudden change from loud to soft. A sudden change.
I really want to my mother always make sure that relevant and as any always feel like yourself the person that should not look away.
A sudden change from loud to soft. Then we have pew. The word pew means more or little, sorry, little.
Indeed, that is always so that. But most of the time, what the always want to feel like, don't worry about it.
You cannot call it PP because PP is pianissimo. Piano is just softer. So we say più forte.
Because if eventually I won't finish, they are going to say that the child does not have sense of ease or calm.
It's louder.
I was thinking that I saw how she was doing it.
The word menu.
And I was not getting
Menu means less. Less. You can say meno piano. Meno piano is less soft.
that environment and design.
The word menu means less. You could use it for any word, either meno piano or meno forte. Less loudly or less softly. That is it. So we also have other ones called crescendo. Other ones we write down.
Environments
Can I clean?
and the design.
Crescendo.
Is Maria Montessori courses that design the environment is Maria Montessori courses that the environment and the design
The full word is crescendo. Now the sign is like is it less than sign, but longer less than sign. I mean, less than a short like this. But this one is long, very long. If you don't see it like this, you see cre.
and exploration by
It means
by the child.
gradually
Exploration by the child.
getting
One of the ways you can prepare an environment is
louder.
I think I mentioned that to you.
It means this is the thin part, this is the soft part. Start getting louder, gently, just loud.
Don't marry because the lady is fine.
So the other one is the other way around. The
Don't forget,
crescendo.
don't forget you will be the only one in the village.
See this part, it has the, that's a word on opposite. The opposite of soft is loud. So it's like anyone that has the word must have the counterpart. So then crescendo is like this.
Don't forget that it's genetic. Imagine someone that is very violent is genetic.
Or
Imagine someone
the,
that don't forget everything you are going to marry is
now this the crescendo also has another word that they all look the same. Or diminuendo.
either your immediate Jew, your immediate one, or someone maybe your great grandfather. Sometimes they want to say,
The crescendo or diminuendo. So for diminuendo you see dim. It means they all mean gradually getting softer. From the last.
It's my father that died that kept that mama.
Starting to
I never
soft.
had that before. They call it Baba today, they call it Jabo. I don't know what they call it. Like,
So these are the ones that relate to soft and loud. These are the ones relating to loudness or softness. You know, a language is so much. We have everything in a language. So this is just the only part, the ones relating to loudness and softness in music. Like I said, these are Italian words. These are not English, they are Italian in nature. So, can we still continue? Okay. So I think we need to stop at the one relating to softness and loudness, which is our intensity. We are still going to do other ones, but not now. Maybe later. The words are too many. It's just like learning a language. So there are too many, and for you to know which is for which, you have to do a lot of cramming and to know which one fits which. Okay. So we need to do our piano. I don't know, I forgot. Oh, look at the class today. Look at the class today.
I don't know, I can't even tell you. The last I said was nothing.
Oh, is it in the office?
I see that. If I know, I will not.
Okay, so no piano class today. No practical class today. So I'm done with my class. Is anybody asking me any question?
Yes, please.
Okay.
What kind of
Pianissima.
Pianissimo. Simo.
Pianissimo.
Yes.
Pianissimo.
Yes.
Please. The meaning in English. Pianissimo is what, please?
Pianissimo means very soft. I need to even give us examples of this. Now we say soft. Like I said, soft has different degrees to softness. This is hallelujah. I'm singing soft. Hallelujah.
Let me tell you something.
It's hallelujah. I'm not shouting. Hallelujah is loud. Even my loudness has different degrees of loud. Okay, let's start. Hallelujah is soft. Hallelujah. You know, your soft means as soft as possible. So, pianissimo is hallelujah. Hallelujah, softer. Then do it as soft as possible. That's pianissimo. Very, very soft. No, in music, there's nothing like reduce your volume. The volume is either soft or loud. So no low or high. Low or high is not used in music. It's loud or soft. That is volume now. You know, when we want to reduce volume, normally we say, reduce the volume, make it low. In music, it's not make it low, it's make it soft. Or make it high, loud. That highness is actually what we call loud. So you can make it as loud as possible. Loud. Ha is loud enough. Ha is louder. Ha! You understand? Different degrees of loudness. So ha is soft. Is softer. As soft as possible. So when you talk about moderately loud, make it not too loud or not too soft. That's moderate. I think you understand how to make it. So if you're singing like this, what done, ma? Yes, ma. Mr. Lighton, our guy is calling you, sir.
Have you seen the Solushola?
Yeah, I bet that.
Where is she?
Okay, so for the Lord, break up a ministry. Break up it, don't break up it. Don't break it, so you don't play. Okay, so crescendo now. Talking about from soft. That's crescendo. I don't know if you have heard people sing like that. Hallelujah. I need to do the what we are doing. The practical of it is what we are doing. So there is no way for me to make it. So,
No.
Yes.
That's the crescendo or diminuendo. Diminuendo. Diminu. Decrescendo or diminuendo. So gradually getting softer. So the louder one, gradually getting louder is crescendo, crescendo. Or you see the crest, C-R-E-S. So like I said, these are not English language, they are Italian in nature. So you have to know how they are being used. So when you see somebody so do it gradually, gradually until you get loud. This one too. They would have been singing louder. They start singing. There we go. So that is shadow of the memory. So forte piano is just like playing the keyboard loud, maybe for loud from that like this was playing. Sorry, this was playing soft. That's for the piano, and the person will see the sign there before it will now change. There will be the sign on that particular spot. We want these things to happen. The sign will be written on the particular spot where you want. Like crescendo, let me see if I can see any crescendo sign here.
Write 1 to 10. You are going to recognize letters.
This kind of stuff used to be, they use them more in the classical music pieces. But even now, people don't even wait for a classical music piece before they use it again. They use it now when in all this choir rendition they use. Especially if they want to make it sort of. They want to add more Korean, more flavors to music. You see them making use of it. I'm trying to see if you can see in this one. You've only seen the words like adagio. I've seen adagio here. Okay, even if I cannot see the word adagio here, it's written on this spot. That means from this spot here, everybody singing here, we sing it according to the adagio here. So it depends on the place, the particular spot where they want this thing to happen. They will write it on that spot. My typical example of what I mean. The other one I dropped at home, that's the one that has those things very well. Here I can see pedals in octave written here for keyboard. Okay, some here, ad lib, a tempo, crest. Okay, I can see crescendo here. Crest here. So at this point, I tell you to do crest here. Only at this point here. Only at this point. This is what the beginning. I'm going to learn everything for now. every crest here. So only from here. And this is how this means. Yes, you should drag it, yes. Drag it. It means a long pause. Drag it for as long as possible. Even all these things, they also have 8VA. Means the person playing the keyboard plays 8VA deeper. Everything here has meaning. Everything. 8VA means an octave lower. Count an octave lower beyond where you're actually playing. So music is very beautiful, very sweet if you understand it.
Very sweet.
Very. It is well. It's very sweet. Very, 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 very sweet. Music is sweet too. If you can understand it. In fact, music is life. We thank God. We are done.
We don't want to go home again. Online. Come on, in our class online.
Okay.